Good morning and hello to anyone who may be watching this video right now. It is Wednesday, February the 10th, and it is currently 10:43 a.m. And I am recording this video to just basically cast this vision of something that I have in my heart that I'm desiring to do. And so let me start out by just introducing myself for anyone who doesn't know me, but I'm Francesca Miller. I'm a 19-year-old. I'm a second year at The Ohio State University, currently a declared art major who is potentially switching over to art education. Anyway, at the whole core of that introduction, you can tell I'm an artist. And so I have an opportunity which has been presented to me by Ohio State to fulfill kind of this dream that has been brewing in my heart concerning my art. So I'm a part of what's called the STEP program, second year transformational experience program here at Ohio State, where they basically give a group of selected second year students an opportunity to just do some sort of project or some sort of new endeavor that they want to do, and they give you up to $2,000 to help you see this thing come to pass. And so what I want to do is a creative endeavor, and my creative endeavor is to paint a mural here in the city of Columbus, where I reside. And so basically I want to find an area in the city that's kind of like broken and destitute and just seemingly forsaken and just hopeless, and I want to bring life to it, not only through the mural painting, but also through a series of live performances that'll take place during the mural painting process. As most know, like, a mural isn't typically just painted in 2 days, at least not one painted outside on a building. It happens over a series of weeks, months, just all depends, but it's usually a long process. And so over the course of this mural being painted, I would love just for like people to be kind of set up somewhere around the mural, singing, dancing, playing instruments, and just releasing their artistic gifts in that community. And it'll be a way to sort of like draw the community members in, just so they can, you know, become aware of what exactly it is that we're doing in that area. I have a lot of friends who are musically inclined, who they do poetry, sing, dance, play instruments, you know, everything performance-based. And I know they'll be more than willing to participate in this endeavor. So I believe wholeheartedly that this is something that could truly come to pass. And at the core of this, I just really want God to be glorified. Something I even wrote in my journal was just that the image that I paint on a wall, I want it to be something beautiful, something heavenly, and something that when people look at it, they'll see Christ. Even if it's not a direct painting of the crucifixion, I just want them to see hope, see life, see everything that Christ is. And I just believe that on the spiritual side of things, like through the painting of this mural and through the performances that take place, there is great potential for, you know, that to actually come to pass. Like the Bible talks about how, like, those of us who are believers, we have the fragrance of life in us. And so I believe that that can be released in an area in the city that is just full of death and everything else. There's just no life at all. And so yeah, basically this video is just kind of like a introduction to it, and just kind of a casting of the vision, just for my own personal sake, honestly, and anybody else who may be interested. It's something that I definitely want to document, because I believe it can be something that's life-changing, but also because just the fulfillment of this project will help me overcome a personal obstacle. I have this issue where I don't really finish anything that I start. I have a lot of paintings in my room that I've started and never finished. I have a lot of projects that I started and didn't finish. I've even had a lot of ideas and things in my mind that just never were fully carried out. And so through this project, I really want to just kind of break that cycle. This is something that's so huge, so much bigger than me. It takes a lot of faith and a lot of diligence and just so much to really get done. So for me to actually do this, it would just be like a huge what's the word I'm looking for? Just a huge way to overcome an obstacle in my life, and I believe it'll help me personally, and it'll help everybody who will be involved, and it can just really change the community altogether. And so this is something that like just really I have to have faith that it can get done, and I really have to depend on God. Like I can't do this apart from Him. I don't want this to just be another mural in the city, but I want it to really be something historic and something that really just changes people's lives in some form or fashion. And so I am soliciting prayers from anybody who's viewing this and is a believer, and who, you know, believes that this is something that God could really minister to people through. Yeah, so I do solicit prayers and encouragement, and also like this isn't a video necessarily reaching out to anyone or asking for advice or anything of that nature, but if you are artistically inclined in any way and it sounds like something that you would want to be a part of, like I'm completely open to more hands and just more people to be a part of this. I don't know anything about painting a mural. Nothing, absolutely nothing about it. I looked up a couple stuff on Google like a couple years ago when I had a potential opportunity, but it was nothing more than just a list of materials that you might need. So I really need like to get connected with some artists who have painted a mural before and know what they're doing and could give me some advice. Like I could really use that. And of course, like we'll need, you know, musicians and just people who would be interested in performing, and things of that nature. We're also going to need like speakers and microphones and things like that to set up kind of a stage outside. I think that what I want to do is going to take more than $2,000 most likely, so I might have to come up with another like fundraiser, or you know, get some people who can write grants or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just stepping out in faith, hoping that this is something that I can actually do. If it flops, then it flops, but I don't believe it will flop. If God is for it, it won't flop. I just have to be diligent on my end of the spectrum. I'm at school right now, so there's people walking around in the hallway. But yeah, I don't know. Just painting a mural has been something I've desired to do since like 2011, but recently, since this opportunity has presented itself, I'm like, oh wow, like this is it. And I think now, because the motive really is for Christ to be glorified and just for this to be a life-changing experience for all those involved, like it's something that could really happen. Yeah. So again, this video is just like a casting of the vision. It's something just to document this whole process. I guess just a little bit more detail is that what I really want is for like children in the community to get involved in this painting process. I want this to be a project that will help bring people together who are in this neighborhood. Yeah. So, I don't know. If you're watching this video, you have some advice, you have some resources, etc. You know the Lord and you want to pray. I receive all of it. And again, I just ask that you guys keep me in your prayers. Just that the Lord would give strategy and provide everything that's needed, and that just through this process I would even grow closer with him. I know that like the calling of an artisan is truly on my life. I don't know what all that entails, but I know that God does use art to really touch people, and he really anoints people for it. You don't believe me? Read Exodus 31. He actually filled people with his spirit and gave them wisdom and understanding according to everything that is artistic design and everything creative, all for the purpose of the building of the tabernacle of Moses. But anyway, not having a Bible study right now. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and yes, love you all, and stay tuned, more videos to come.